because of bad luck, or just poor timing, or because there were no people like me around them, or for various other reasons. They might have been temporarily out of it, that's not it. These people knew all about it, yet they still missed Bitcoin, and even if they had been as certain as I was 11 years ago, the result likely would have been the same. That's the conclusion I reached while observing how people behave. I realized that I had done something completely pointless. Doing it all on my own, the Bitcoin currency experiment has its own meaning. But there was a reason why these people didn't have Bitcoin. They were people who were already optimized in that way, at least. That is what I presumptuously think. But that's just my opinion. And as I say this, I actually hope that I am wrong. So, as a sort of warning, I spent 2 months preparing this final lecture. Events cannot beat the system. Events are like coming up a mountain and thinking, nothing like this has ever happened in my life. Someone gave them something in the mountains, and it's worth billions. This kind of thing is something you've never heard of in your life. This happened. Everyone. But would this be permanent? Absolutely not. In 10 years, it all disappears. I don't know how it disappeared for each person, but in their own stories, it's all gone. And just like it says in the Bible, when one demon is cast out, 7 more come back with it. There is a higher possibility that things will get worse. Just their taste in cars change, or your perspective on yourself changes. And things like what you eat, if only these things change, there is a high possibility that everything will go back to how it was. Because for your current self, every single one of your cells was systematically designed that way. And then some kind of a unlikely event happened. And so now, it feels like you have a dream or something, but eventually, it goes back to the way it was. This is like gravity. But now, why pour out such a curse? There is gravity. So if you look at the average from a distance, we can observe something called gravity. Gravity acts on every object, but for some objects, it actually goes against it. They go against that gravity, climbing mountains and taking airplanes. So the force of gravity applies universally, but it's not actually that powerful of a force. This thing called gravity. Magnets can overcome gravity. Right? So, gravity is a very universal force, but it's not actually that strong. So, what I want to say through this probability and statistics is that while things usually go that way, the force isn't that powerful. It is far outweighed by your own willpower and your ability to permanently turn luck into the determination and resolve to create. It is a much more powerful force.